Thanks very much, Dennis Taylor. What a champion from 1985. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As you can tell, the Crucible is crackling with anticipation for the matches we've got tonight. Without any further ado, let's get the boys on the base. Introducing first of all, a man Ronnie O'Sullivan said could rule the game for 10 years. Semi-finalist here last year. He won the China Open last month. He's the pride of Scotland, Stephen On Fire Maguire. And his opponent, the 2007 Welsh Open champion, a quarter-finalist here 2 years ago. He traditionally loves the big occasion. He's the Melbourne Machine, Neil Robertson. On table number one, hold your breath for this one. Please welcome a player of unquestionable pedigree, a winner of 16 ranking event titles, twice a UK champion, twice a winner here. He's the Welsh Potty Machine, Mark J. Williams! And finally, a player of outrageous natural talent. An absolute magician with a cue in his hands. He's the double world champion. Blink and you've missed him, because here comes the rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan!
Thank you. Frame 9, Neil Robertson to break.
So Neil Robertson gets us underway here. First frame of the second session. Hopefully getting his first frame on the board. Stephen Maguire, who played, well, one of the best sessions we've seen here at the Crucible over the years. Just was awesome snooker. Scoring of the very highest quality. And a totally unexpected result, Neil, it'd be fair to say. Couldn't argue with that. I mean, you don't expect anything to be 8-0 in these best of 25s. I mean, Robertson, we know, is a superb player, but I think that's just the kind of snooker he was playing yesterday. Maguire just ramped in a terrific long red. I agree though with you, Terry. It was as good a session of snooker from one player I've seen for a long, long time. Taking it back to the odd session played by the likes of Stephen Hendry and Steve Davis many years ago. Total dominance.
Nine.
Yes, on the first round match is always going to be tight, but when you looked at the second round draw, this was one of the matches you would have looked on and think, well, this is going to be a hard, tight game, and nobody be saying Henry's a big favourite. Doesn't always work out like that. We had a similar thing happening with the Stephen Hendry and Ding match when Stephen won that comfortably.
He hasn't actually played the best shot he's ever done there. That was just a little bit overrun. He played a cannon. He's on the red all right, obviously, but just getting on a colour will take a little bit of work.
Maguire.
Well, he
15.
misses as well. Missed very little in the first session. Little tricky having to play a cannon off the reds to come back for the blue, but still thought he'd make that one.
Terrific pot, and just wonder how Neil Robertson feels about this session. Because I'm sure he felt awful about being whitewashed yesterday. 8-0. Now, if he's going to go into the red, there is a red that's about 3 or 4 inches in front of the pack that you can see that's kind of in the way a little bit. It's protecting the pack of reds. That's the red that's making it awkward to break the reds up, because it's kind of protecting them. And if it wasn't there, I'm sure he'd go into them.
Just a little short of pace. But of course, with the tables being recovered last night after the evening session, they'd normally play a little slower first of all until they bedded in. Could take a while for both players to get back into the pace.
5. Seven.
I don't know what you'd have told Neil Robertson if he was in his corner, so to speak, after yesterday's session. All I can think of is that the game isn't so easy that one man can play that well again. I mean, Maguire was just unbelievable yesterday. He didn't miss anything. But today is another day, and it'd be quite amazing if he played to that standard again. So that's, I suppose, what you'd start off by telling Neil Robertson. Plays the game with a real intensity, does Maguire. And yesterday it all came together.
15.
That's the cue power of Neil Robertson. Unfortunately, flicking the green like that has stopped the cue ball in its tracks. Didn't make it past the blue spot in the end, but he's got lots of topspin on this. He's absolutely powered that in. Unfortunately, though, in hitting the green, the cue ball didn't go very far.
Neil Robertson, 20.
So end of break there with that positional error from blue to the next red.
Well, anything could happen there. He needs a bit of running, and he got it there. He's trying to clip the last red as we look, really, but he hit the second one down, and well, look at that. Well, play to pot the red and try and leave himself on the bar colour, and again a little bit fortunate that red didn't come better for Neil, but he got a long one to go at. Very good at these. Wow. Played it with so much backspin. That made that red a lot harder. Thought he was just playing for the pink or the black there. Well, I can see why he's a little too straight, and he would have left himself a difficult black or pink, so still he got a lot of spin. He's hitting the ball better, Neil. so far in this session than he did in the first session. He looked a bit shaky early on.
I think he was in a way shaken up by the way Maguire played, but he certainly missed a few at the start of the match, and didn't seem to settle very quickly, did he? Never given the chance to either.
Well, we're coming up to the 15-minute mark in this frame, and a lot of the frames in the first session were over by then. Ball's gone a little bit awkward now. May even come to a re-ruck as this. Well, Neil Robertson is just, what, 5 points in front. I don't think it's any advantage or disadvantage to anybody at this stage. Now then, Steve Maguire's looking here if he can hit one red onto another and get them both up the table and leave the cue ball on the bar cushion. All sounds very complicated, but if he's got an angle, he can play that shot. That's what I thought he was playing anyway.
No, like you, Terry, I thought he was playing exactly the shot you said. I couldn't imagine that he was going for the plant.
Well, there's no value. What's the point of playing that shot? The white's on the cushion. Now you get a roll up. I don't think he played that, surely. Anyway, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, because I like him.
Steve Maguire won.
I'm not sure whether he's got the cover though on the red behind the brown. Maybe he has actually, because Neil Robertson just taking a little bit of a look around the table. Just wonder if he can get through to anything on the right hand side. Not really. Well, that's a terrific shot. Obviously, the fact that the cue ball has come down and there's a red available means that Maguire has a chance, but it was a well played shot all the same.
Well, he's having a bash of this red. Just off straight. And he hit it dead straight.
Hardly missed a ball yesterday like that, even those middle range half chances, so to speak.
One.
Well, in potting the red, you'd fancied better position on the colour than that. He's a little in between about 2 or 3 shots. He might be able to reach the yellow as a left-hander though, with the red down there. It's not all bad.
Three.
Well, he's certainly got the shot here to get on the blue from this red and maybe open up the 3 reds below the pink if he wants to.
Four.
I mean, the shot is on. He's actually looking at perhaps playing on the loose red, but he's got enough angle to stand into the 3 and try and develop them if he wishes to do so.
That's what the 3 reds into play.
Nine.
So he didn't hit it with too much pace. He didn't want one going on to one of the cushions.
Ten.
I don't know what happened then, but he flicked the other red. Certainly not good now. On this pink, he may get to the potting angle, but it's very thin. Maybe play it in such a way that you could play it very slowly, and if it didn't go in, he'd cover the pocket. I was just thinking, perhaps blue is the better option. This young man is a tremendous potter of this type of shot normally. And it gives him confidence when he gets them. But not this time.
Neil Robertson, 10.
Well, I thought he hit it pretty well, didn't he? Just the speed kept it out. I mean, he's belted that. And this must have hit the jaws about 3 or 4 times. We'll have a look at it perhaps in a moment. But for the moment, Maguire is back in the frame at least here.
Maguire's
Seven.
underhit that one a little bit, and he hasn't had a lot of chances in this frame, but he will find that the cloth is quite a bit slower.
8.
Cushions are running much better though. Nice bounce coming off them. It doesn't look if there's any bad ones, Neil.
I didn't hear a word from Maguire or anything. You know, I mean, he looked absolutely perfectly at home on the conditions. I mean, he's a pretty fiery character at the best of times. I don't think he ever complained about the tables all that much. I suppose when you're 8-0 up in the session, you've not got too much to complain about. But he seemed to cope with conditions before. He may have just gone out of position on this one, though.
14.
Played on the red just below the black and to the right of it. Could well be end of break. Well, Neil Robertson is sitting in his chair because of a shot that he missed earlier on. This rattled in the jaws any number of times. Unbelievable.
Maguire, 14.
Well, I think he played it on the way up there, that red, but I think he'll take the result. Well, Maguire not quite warmed up tonight, and he's tried to give himself a bit of a livener here. He's missed this by quite a way, and he did give the table a little bit of a punch. There you see, that hurts.
Doesn't it, the Scotchman, Neil there, from Glasgow. Gone tough up there. There's been a number of comments about Maguire's attitude on the table, including a piece from Stephen himself I watched on the BBC. What do you think about it, Neil, this type of aggression he brings out?
I don't have a real problem with it, not really. I think with him, you can see it's all about his own disappointment with his own game. He's got no issues with the guy he's playing. He doesn't complain about bad luck like a few players do, and a few players from my era, including myself, had a few moments thinking about what the other guy's doing. I think it's all his own issues, and well, I think he's a good player, and doesn't seem to affect his game.
Neil Robertson, 1.
I think that Neil Robertson there felt that that ball had drifted over, the cue ball anyway. That's why he didn't get the safety shot as he meant. Been a slow start on this table in this frame, but Maguire at the table is favourite, I guess.
Swivel. Stephen Maguire 1.
Well, he's playing the swerve, and it's quite a big one actually. I mean, you can see, judge it by how much he elevates the butt of the cue. Good shot. Contact made with the red just before the black.
See what Neil was saying there, you had to get quite an arc on the cue ball then. On the side had to take effect after it hit the cushion. All worked out well. There's the cue ball going. Looks pretty close. Oh. Oh. Awkward cueing now. And can he see the red? Not sure if he can pot it.
Well, he's put the cue ball back exactly where it started there. It was right in that jaw the previous shot. I think this time Maguire has got a little chance. Oh, that is a good shot. That really is. Now, what about this pocket? I mean, it's like a magnet drawing the ball to that. It was a terrific shot. The last two shots threatened to going off. This time it's happened. I think Maguire was aware of being off a long time before. I think about here, Maguire starts to boil over. What if he's got the angle here? He could do with being roughly straight. I mean, the brown won't go past the blue into the top left. The brown will pot to the top right. He would like to have been straight on this. I don't think he's straight enough. Well, you can tell by the amount of time he's taken on this. He has got to go around the table, around the houses here. I don't say he's got enough in the middle. Oh no.
5.
Well, he'll be relieved not to have gone enough, but of course it has still stopped the positional side of the shot. Longish frame to start the evening session, and somewhat scrappy opener this.
Well, he's a big shot maker normally. He need to be here. He's 9 in front, so he needs brown and blue. It could be wise to try and pot the brown and leave himself a distance blue. Obviously didn't listen. Now then.
Neil Robertson 5.
He may regret that. Be much better just potting the brown and leaving himself a blue from distance and taking any risk out of it. Well, he's having a look here. What's the problem?
I suppose the big problem is he needs them all, isn't it? He needs all of the 4 balls here. It's just 9 points in it, but I mean, pink to black is going to be an awkward shot, I should think. It looks like the brown's okay and the blue, but really up and down the table this will be, won't it? All 4 colours, one to another, is the length of the table. If you're trying to develop the pink, maybe. No, I think he's worried now. This cue ball is going close to the blue. This has been a strange old frame, isn't it? Look at that. Would you believe that? Now what?
4.
Well, I'd have to ask the question, what was that shot? It's quite obvious the white was tracking up in that direction. He had to play it with a bit of check, surely, to hold the white to the right-hand side of the table as we look at it. You could say he's very unlucky. Truth of it, it was a very poor shot.
Now he has finished there. I'll tell you, there's no obvious shot here. I mean, you could always roll up to it, which is a bit negative. He doesn't maybe want to do too much. I mean, I would have thought the shot here is just to drop onto the blue and let Neil have the problem. I can't imagine that there's any other shot that you can guarantee to play the snooker. I think it's just a drop on blue shot. This looks ambitious. It's not bad. I mean, obviously the blue is going close to the pocket. This is a very strange frame, isn't it, the way the balls have gone. I mean, this is a long way from cue ball to object ball. He needs blue and pink. It's another head scratcher. Now then, he's looked at 2 or 3 different options, one to cue down on this, one to play it with topspin, but neither of them are all that appealing, really.
Well, once again, Neil Robertson there, similar to what he'd done on an earlier brown. He's really taken a bit of a slash at that one, and I couldn't see any way he could get on the pink. Once again, pot the blue here, play a good safety in the pink and wait for a better chance. No pot taken on there, of course. Now then, this is what I don't understand sometimes. This shot here is a more difficult pot, obviously, than the previous blue, but if you took this on, I could understand it, because the cue ball is going to travel up and down the table and make him back down for the pink that he requires to win the frame. But this shot, if he plays it at a good pace, is just as easy to pot as the one he just took on. Anyway, he's opted for safety, and like Neil has mentioned a few times, this is a very strange frame.
That was an extremely good shot as well, because I think he's actually got the cover behind the pink, and with the black up there, it is not nice. This, if he does play a swerve against the nap, that's another pretty hazardous shot, really. So, my word, I wouldn't fancy this.
I see the line there. 12 looks a good option to me.
Yeah, I think he's got to play with a bit of left-hand side, Terry, to make the angle here. I think the middle pocket might be in the way of the natural. Well, he's played it the other side of the pocket.
Oh, and a
Wow.
miss. Steve Maguire.
My word, he's put the black in the game now. I wonder if he feels like he's beaten in this match already, you know, Terry, because he's played some shots tonight. I mean, he's 8-0 down, and Maguire's got to win 5 more frames, but he's playing some shots as if he's gone out, really, of the tournament. That was... can't believe the shot was played like that to push the black out. It was always on the way he played it.
Five.
Goes in then after the longest trade of the match so far, just short of 40 minutes. It's Stephen Maguire that takes it, extends his lead to 9 frames to 0.
Quietly as you can, please.
Well, you can see him sitting down there, and I wouldn't like to be in his chair at this moment. He had a number of chances to win the first frame of the second session. Okay, he's still a long way behind at 8-1. But that, not good signs there, Neil.
No, I thought he was going to say I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, and of course yesterday he had shoes that were uncomfortable, so that wouldn't be great either.
Thank you. Frame 10. Steve Maguire to break.
Nice break-off shot there. He saw the hand go up. In other words, disappointment that the break wasn't right, but this is not hanging over the pocket.
One.
Well, the ball's been flying around the table in the first frame of the night, and I think that Robertson is out there to play his shots tonight. It's such a disastrous session yesterday, and sometimes they can go in, and you never know what might happen here.
6. Seven. Fourteen. 15.
'Once again being caught out a little bit with the
22.
recovered cushions, playing a lot slower. he couldn't see a bad contact there, so he just misjudged the speed.
Very good recovery. Oh, wow. He doesn't want the black.
That's why Red may come out and stop the black going. He's looking down to see the line, if it'll go. Well, it looks so bad from there, but pink also goes in the left middle, so he has got another choice.
Full credit, good shot that.
30.
The red was not in the way, but it's a bit of a distraction. So I made reference to the fact that you just feel that Robertson is going to have a go at a few chances arm, but the shot he played to open the reds up was superb. Now he really has to go on and win the frame from this.
$36. $37. $44. $45.
Well, we're in the 10th frame, and this is the first 50 break that Neil Robertson has offered so far in this match. I can't believe that. 37 and 33 euros, two best breaks, Neil.
Well, I can't believe it, obviously, but I suppose the fact that he's 9-0 down tells you he hasn't made anything substantial. But he didn't get an awful lot of chances yesterday.
$60. $61.
It's been a good break, very breezy, and I think you're going to see more of this style of play from this man. I'm sure it hurt him yesterday, the way the session went. Now he's saying the pressure's on him because he looks like winning a frame.
68.
Good laugh between the lads here. Even Stephen Maguire saw the funny side of that one.
Well, he hasn't won it yet. He needs the red.
Yes!
Took a bit over the top, but it entertains the crowd.
$76. $77.
So there is the break. It's been high colours. He's never really been out of position.
84.
A couple of tricky shots at the start where the reds were spread. This is much more like the Neil Robertson
85.
we saw against Nigel Bond. And there is still the chance of a very big break. Now the highest break of the tournament is a break of 140 from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He can beat it here.
93.
And he may try and develop the red off the side cushion here on this shot. Now it's a natural to move that red if he feels it'll help him. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, it's a break of 93 and a serious show of annoyance from Neil Robertson, but he has at last got a frame on the board. It's the first of the match for him. He trails Steve Maguire by 9 frames to 1. So I think, as pleased as he is, Terry, with the fact that he's won a frame, I think he's actually quite sick that he didn't break a 1-4-3 here. Well, here it is, Terry. I mean, he misses the black, and his reaction is something like D'Artagnan would do here with a sword.
Wanted to be in the way of that.
Frame 11, Neil Robertson to break.
Frame 11 then gets underway. Neil Robertson breaking off, and at last he's got a frame on the board. He had chances in the first frame of the evening session. Steve Maguire would have carried on as he played yesterday. There was no certainty that Neil Robertson would get a frame. It's unbelievable snooker. As Neil mentioned, he hasn't produced that so far in this session. I was unlikely to repeat it.
Put sweets away, please.
This is the shot that Maguire is faced with. Hawkeye tells us that he just might have a half-ball shot at a red, but he's deciding, I think, that he's got to come off 2 cushions into the pack, or into maybe the loose red. Of course, that shot can always be missed. Just trying to glance the thin edge. Well, he's deciding to play from where it is, which he doesn't have to do, of course. See a lot of that now, players playing from where the balls are, almost feeling obliged to take a pot on. I didn't think it was an easy one there.
Yeah, but if you'd have potted it, you wouldn't have had too much trouble getting on a ball colour, so I think he had to take it on, but he missed it by a long way. I thought that 93 break in the previous frame would have encouraged them a little bit, make some sort of a match of it. And of course, he's so strong with his long pots. Plenty of room there. You see the red missed the pocket by 3 or 4 inches. Plenty of room around the back, the black and the red. Poor shot.
Three. Four. Ten. $11.
I may have a choice here to I'll come round now. I don't think he can come round the back of the red. He may have to screw into it. Doesn't want to hit this too hard if he'd playing the screw. Ah, he did. The harder you hit that one, the later the backspin takes place and you miss the cannon on the red.
18.
So what a difference a day makes. Getting a chance here, Stephen Maguire, and he's just going to make 18 from it. Yeah. In the first session he seemed to make big breaks from, well, half opportunities. I wouldn't say he didn't really need a good chance.
Just playing nestle into the reds here, I think. So Maguire with a chance to get the cue ball. Pretty dangerous place here. Up the table with the bold colours and the pink close together, as it happens. Just played thin off them.
Well, he had a big target there. He had yellow and brown to get behind, and also the pink and green. He went a little bit in between the both of them, really. If he didn't get that nudge, he would have the white may have come out of the balk area.
Now then, Neil having a long hard look here, just see what he's got. Hawkeye telling us that there's a red he can see full on the right of the table, nothing over on the left that's covered by green and pink. See that red, and that's the red he's going to have to play on the right of your picture as we saw it. Now on the left, of course, I mean he can hit it full ball, but he would be a bit worried about leaving a red on. So he can hit it full ball, he could leave it cue ball at this end of the table, the black end, But I think he's trying to come thin off this. This has got to be a thin edge. That is a decent shot.
Yes, he'd be just happy there to get out of that shot. Be harsh to say he should have got behind the portcullis. Stephen Maguire's got a pot on here. He's having a go at it into the right corner. He was aware the cue ball's going back down that area, so well worth a go. Again, a very big target area there. Stephen Maguire. It's the second time he's had that type of shot and caught it a little bit thin, the red. A bit upsetting here for Steve Maguire as the table has just gone out for the mid-session interval. A lot of noise and disturbance with people obviously going out for a quick cup of tea or something a bit stronger. And he may be able to cut this red in. He wouldn't be able to hold for the black unless he pulled off a miracle shot.
He doesn't know how to play this, does he? He's gone to the top of the ball and the bottom of the ball. Playing the cut. He's not on much, is he? I mean, he could take the black on. It's tricky. Don't think he'll play it personally. But the red near the left centre means the safety's not going to be easy. So what does he do? Does he take a gamble, take on the difficult colour and play on the red? He'll be annoyed if he plays the safety shot and sticks up the red though. So he's got to have a think here.
It amazes me when the players take a cut on like that, knowing the white's going to sort of smash into the reds, and when they don't get anything good, they look amazed, don't they? They expect to be right on the next balls, I bet, are they? Anyway, it's plenty to think about here. As Neil mentioned, none of the pots are easy, but safety is not easy either.
It's a horrible shot, isn't it? The more you look at this, the more you think, well, there isn't really anything easier at all. He's taken a minute to have a look, and he's a player that doesn't hang about. There's about 4 pots with great degree of difficulty.
Yellow.
Well, he's playing the yellow, and there you are.
Robertson won.
Actually, it's not bad now. I mean, queuing over the top of the yellow on that red to the left centre is not really on, I don't think.
another good pot, and he should get some reward this time. Pink or brown, look the options. There's one thing I've noticed about Neil this year. He's slowed down a lot. He seems to be taking a lot of time in between his shots. I mean, such an aggressive player. He was a lot quicker than this a few years ago. Obviously, he's got reasons for doing that. But I think it's part of his makeup. You know, his aggression walking around the table. He's very quick if you watch him with his steps on the table. Just seems to have gone the other way a bit.
Well, I mean, that average shot time, I think, highlights what you're saying, that he's slowed down. I didn't realise he was down to 30 seconds. I must admit, that's slower than I thought. I suppose you've got to take kind of the way the match has gone into account. He's had nothing but difficult shots for the first 8 frames.
13.
So that's maybe why he's a bit slower, but he's certainly not playing as quickly as he has in the past.
I see here he's picking up speed once he gets hitting the balls, which is fair enough, but
21.
there are times when he's ought to be taking quite a long time over straightforward stuff. There are times when you've got to take longer, when there's decisions to be made and 3 or 4 options available.
22.
Well played, needed to touch his side to avoid those reds on the way up.
29. $30. $38.
Well, he's got the angle to screw in behind a couple of reds over on the right of the table, or maybe to move one. Cue ball was kind of destined to go around the back of those, I felt, and thought you might have the chance of just playing one into the left centre there. Now here's the shot again. There was quite a big gap actually between those reds. So the frame is not won yet by any means.
Good attempt.
Robertson, 45.
Well, it's the inside red of the 4. I think it's the only way he can get to pot the ball. They're not going in though. At least one of these reds can go, but you see Stephen Maguire's attempt here. This red in the left centre. Always going to be perfect on the black. And then a good chance now. Certainly shouldn't slip up from here.
Eight. Nine.
Black and one more red will do it.
16. 17.
Well, he came in to this session after losing the first 8 frames, and he's done well here. He's going to win 2 out of the first 3. Of course, he's been given more
24.
opportunities than he had in the first session, because Maguire doesn't quite
25.
look with it as yet.
Not quite got his game together, as Terry said.
33.
He still has a very long lead in the match, but I think Neil will be feeling much better. I wonder if he had a sleepless night last night, thinking about what the scoreline might be in this match.
$40.
Well, position is lost. He's playing a trick shot off the side cushion. Oh, couldn't pot anything in the first session. They're all going in so far here.
Robertson, 45.
Brown doesn't win, but it doesn't matter. 2 breaks in that frame of 45 from Lee Robertson, and now he's back at 9 frames to 2 behind.
Thank you. Frame 12. Stephen Maguire to break.
So Stephen Maguire breaking off then. He won the first 9, he's lost the last 2 frames in a row.
And he's still looking down. He thought that was definitely in. the behind the scenes talk amongst the players is that the pockets will play easier with a new cloth on, but it didn't look like it then.
That's a pretty good safety shot, that. Well weighted.
A few balls coming out of the baulk area, leaving Neil Robertson shot on.
I'm just looking at the possibilities here, but there isn't a red to lay in behind. That's the first thing you look for when you're in a snooker like this. Where would I like to nudge the cue ball in behind? And there's not really a pack of reds to lay on, and there's not a red near a cushion, so it's not a very nice shot, this. I mean, you feel that if you place to just trickle off two cushions, you'll leave one on. Well, he's kind of looking at some kind of angle off of two reds here. Wow, I mean, he's looking at bottom cushion, right hand side cushion, but there isn't really a loose red, as I say. That's the problem here. That's the worry. The airship may be okay, but playing to hit that red, there was always a chance he would leave it. He just might have got away with that, which is all in all a pretty good shot from where he was. Stephen may have a very thin shot of the red that Neil Robertson actually hit into.
How good was that? Could be a long time waiting for a better safety shot than that one.
I agree, it was very good. A very thin shot, and he actually held the pose for a while, didn't he? Stayed down the shot for quite some time.
Well, a bad safety from Stephen Maguire. And you can understand in some ways why Maguire hasn't come out and done a job here so far in this session, because you build yourself up to go out and play. It's a very important part of these players' armoury, and when you're 8-0 in front, I mean, likely you're a little bit too relaxed, and then when you go out there you miss a few, and then some doubts creep in, and all of a sudden you look from, well, very quickly you can look like a world champion down to a very ordinary player, and that's what's happened to Steve Maguire. Another long pot from Robertson then, which missed the pocket by 4 or 5 inches.
Really dropped this in because he wanted to stay top side of the blue.
Seven.
Now Stephen is on a red to the left centre, and he's looked at where he needs to be to get on the
13.
black. And he's got to stand down the table a little bit.
14.
When the black is potted, I'm just wondering if it'll be tied up again. So he might be just playing to pot this and screw onto the red that is actually close to the black spot. Otherwise it'll be tied up. Yeah, that's what he's played. The black might still be held. Just wonder if that will go on there. Our referee tonight, Michaela Tabb. And she decides that the black must go up onto the highest available, which in this case is brown.
21. Twenty-two.
I think he played that to hold the pink spot.
28.
I don't know if he did or not. That is what's happened, and pink will go on the black now, as you can see. So the ball's a little bit away from ordinary positions, but this is a tricky one as well.
29.
Well, at least he's pushed the red up the table, which means that the colour is not really the problem. It's just potting it, not getting onto the next red. He may take the green here.
Well, he's having another look at the pink. Green looks like the easier pot to me. Quite thin, this one. See, there's plenty of room for it to pass the red. Didn't get near it.
29.
Not sure if he had a bad contact there or not, but either way, chance is gone. Wouldn't have had a kick on the green.
Well, we'll never know, but I think he got a kick on the pink as he thought at the time, Terry. His reaction says that.
Yes, but the type of shot would... there's more chance of having a kick on that shot when you're playing a thin pink than you're playing a green 3/4 ball with some power. Still unlucky.
One.
Well, he's got room to get on the block of this red if he wants. But we'll need some, well, a deft touch. It's all about pace if he plays for the black. He play possibly off 1 or 2 cushions. Well, depends what angle he's got on the red.
Nine.
Well, didn't like that option, but play to come back up on a ball colour or a blue, and hasn't got a good angle to pot either of them. I don't think the brown goes anyway. No. He's glanced at the green, but took so long to play that shot in the middle just now. I don't know, he seemed to study it for a long while. Perhaps he couldn't decide whether to play for black or blue.
Robertson, 9.
Well, after all that fuss, he missed the blue. I just feel he's breaking his rhythm up a bit. There wasn't much to think about there. He could either drop the blue in or play a safety.
Well, Maguire is pretty subdued tonight. I mean, he's quite aggressive usually, but it's been a fairly quiet Stephen Maguire this evening. I suppose 8-0 up, as Terry mentioned earlier, means you're not as pumped up as usual, but he didn't seem at all with it tonight. I don't know if he's going to explode soon and get some kind of grip on the game again, because he certainly likes to get himself motivated, but he doesn't seem as if he's close to being his usual aggressive self.
Perhaps he may give you a clip on the way past now, just to get himself going, Neil. He's quite an easy-going lad, to be honest with you, apart from when he doesn't play a good shot.
He's a great lad, isn't he? But I tell you, he isn't always one that you want to be that close to after he's lost a frame, if you're on the way to the dressing rooms or anything. I think he'll tell you that himself. Sometimes just stay away.
Well, the best pot
Robertson.
he's made in this session. Well, didn't look too happy then. You see the shot, he's trying to hold there for the pink. Great pot. Hello. Look at the face now. Ooh. Didn't like that.
Well, Neil Robertson getting a little smirk on his face that red is finished in quite an awkward position, and Maguire gave him the evils. He looked over at him in his chair, but I think it's some good fun. Gave him the evil eye there. That red has left nothing potable between red and blue. There is a thin red on. It's another frame that's just taken a strange shape.
What about that for a safety shot?
Well, that might be possible if he can just get past the brown. I'm not saying it's an easy shot, as you can see. The cue ball's travelling about 15 feet in total, but if you can just get past the brown, it's impossible. Another one that Neil Robertson has had a long look at. I think this time there's no choice. Sometimes he's maybe been a bit slow around the table. His shot time is, I think, more than normal. 29 is average shot time, but this is a minute and a half. But you can't blame him. Well, if he's looking at go straight into the cushion behind that green, then he is in trouble, because that is incredibly difficult from there. Sometimes you just don't see a shot. I mean, I think if the brown wasn't there, he might have played that shot I mentioned twice across, but I have a feeling the brown might be in the way of coming twice across and laying in behind that red. Well, he's over 2 minutes now. He's in Terry Griffith's time for playing a normal shot.
That would have been quick for me. Anyway, it looks to be selected to go straight into the cushion. We'll soon see. He's the best judge from down there. He's having a look if you can get inside, possibly the brown rather than the outside of it, but doesn't matter which way he goes, it's going to be tough. They have a job to get the pace in the cue ball here. Well, he's managed that, but well, the angle was always a bit strange.
Steve Maguire 5.
Yeah, I'd be honest with you, Terry, I don't think that shot's on, because you play with the spider into a cushion and the ball doesn't come off at the angle because you're cueing down on the cue ball. I think that he's playing a virtually impossible shot here.
I got to say this. This is one of the times, Neil, when I'd say the miss, you know, shouldn't be come into effect, because he did leave a red on for Steve Maguire. Oh, okay. I mean, look, the players these days have it put back if they got the option, unless they've left a dolly red. But honestly, this is such a difficult snooker to escape. It could be a real while here.
Okay. You're right.
Slide.
Well, Terry, I don't think that shot was on.
I want to miss.
I've got to be honest, I don't know what he was expecting to happen there. You play with this spider straight into a cushion, away from the reds. I just don't think you can get that shot.
It sounded a bit desperate the way he said it then, yeah. Well, anyway, now the way the rule is, unless they leave somebody a ball on the pocket, the miss is called all day.
5. Six.
No, he's left a little bit of angle on the pink. Looks to be okay. No reason as yet to bring the black into play because he's 37 points in front.
12.
Reds and pinks will do the job. Well, that I think was the crucial red, but he's gone up for the blue. Not quite sure if he got an angle of this blue to get on the reds. All three reds go into the left corner pocket. He's going to have to play a very good shot here. Not sure if he can screw straight across. He may. He's got the angle. No, he's got to go into them. Well played.
18.
Exactly what he played that. Hit the middle red, beyond the other one. And he got an awful kick there. It just didn't sound right. It sounded like a bad contact straight away. Here it is. Well, it was more a bad sound than any jump on the red, but I know one thing, he's lost the cue ball slightly. Good shot, and I think that should just about be enough to clinch the frame, because he wants a further red. Just wondering if the pink ball might hamper him slightly. You can see 50 the difference, 51 left on the table.
25.
If you can get to the red at all, be no heroics, just roll it in. So he lost 2 frames in a row, but it looks like he's back on the winning trail again.
Steve Maguire, 26.
So barring snookers, Steve Maguire will lead 10 frames to 2.
One. 8. Neil Robertson 8.
Well, it's one of the snookers that he needs, although I don't think it's all that tricky to hit. Looks like a straightforward 2-cushion attempt here. Maguire sinks to red. Neil Robertson concedes from his chair. It's the mid-session interval on this table, and it's Steve Maguire 10, Neil Robertson 2.
Quietly as you can, please.